Hi everyone and welcome. In this new video I'll show you why the G Pro Wireless per Superlight 2 is still one of the best mouses of 2026. So this is the mouse, you know it already. And yes, it has USB-C, although you can't see it because my camera is bad. Anyway, thing is, this mouse is actually insanely good and I will show you why in just a moment. There you go. So this is the original Superlight and this is the Superlight 2. The shape is is identical. The shape is identical. It's left-handed friendly, but no one cares. The build quality apparently is scored higher on the first version. The weight is slightly better, which still 60 grams is fine. The battery life as well has improved by 30% ish, maybe 40%. We went from mechanical switches to the optical ones, which to be fair are pretty fast. Same number of buttons. Click latency has improved from 2.5 millisecond on wire to 1.7, and the receiver has been improved by 1.6 milliseconds, which is actually pretty good because I mean this is as low as you can get besides for some other mouses. The Asrock is, well, on par with the Superlight 2, to be honest. Like, they're basically there. Errors were lower on the Superlight 1, but it's still pretty accurate. And now we get to the part that actually matters a lot, besides the click latency, the sensor latency. Of course, this is a 1000 Hz mouse, so you cannot really expect that much, but the delay to start movement is 13 milliseconds, whereas here is 9.5, and it can get better by using 4000 Hz instead of 8000. Delay at half movement is actually pretty good, and delay to end movement is, I mean, alright. Of course, as you see here, it can be improved, as I said, and this is actually golden standard. Like, anything that gets close to these values, it's pretty much the perfect mouse, at least for the sensor latency. Of course, you always have to consider the accuracy on the sensor. Everything is the same. I mean, the software is the same, compatibility is the same, price is, well, it actually went down a bit. So now, if we went to compare it with the actual best mouse we have, the Open One 8K, I'll use the V1 because I still think it's slightly better. So the weight on this one is of course lighter, but remember, when there's a cable, it's just like, no matter what bungee, about the best bungee you can buy, which is the Orisa, and it still doesn't feel as good as having the mouse wireless. So, oh yeah, about the feet, the mouse feet or mouse skates, I don't know why you would care about what you get out of the box, because everyone, in my opinion, can just go on AliExpress, on Amazon as well, or just anywhere, but on AliExpress specifically, and just buy £1 worth of skates that are pretty much the same. And I mean, depending on which one you want, of course, like they will be more expensive later on, but at the same time, these skates are perfectly fine on glass. They have no problem with it. So I don't know why you would be complaining. Like, I understand that it's boring to have to change them. It's annoying, but at the same time, you can just do it. And all the accessories, I don't even really care about, honestly. It's fine. So yeah, as you can see here, the click latency is just faster by 1 millisecond, 1.1. Best case, which, I mean, it's something, but not really. And the accuracy is, well, slightly worse. I mean, a lot worse actually. This is pretty bad values, to be honest, which is not great. And this is the golden standard. So this mouse is the actual golden standard for any mouse. This is the golden standard for wireless mouse. 8.8, 1.1, 0.3. Total latency is basically literally 10 milliseconds. This is slightly above at 12 to 13 milliseconds, but it's still nothing basically. And even at 4000 hertz is pretty fast. Everything else doesn't really matter. So why did I compare it first to the original Superlight? Donk has been playing with this mouse like there is just as old as time for the, well, his rookie year where he won a major with the highest rating ever, and he's been consistently putting out numbers higher than anyone else ever on the planet while using this one, which is objectively worse mouse than what he could have played with. Same as just any other pro like Monesi and other people just using the G Pro X2, or Nico using the father V3, V4. He also used some Pulsar mouses, but I mean, it's kind of like, you know, the Switch type of guy. Anyway, like if he can do it and be the absolute best, it means that we are just wasting time on comparing mouses, click latency and all that stuff. Of course, it will be different when comparing the newest Super Strike, because it is actually, you know, a new technology, same as booting. So we will have to see what actually happens then. For the time being, the differences in click latency negligible. Like the only thing that matters here is the Asrock. That's all, like nothing else. This is the actual accuracy. Anything else doesn't really matter. And the sensor latency, although it can be like, this is pretty good still, you know, like impressive, but can be better. At the same time, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's just, although in competitive it few milliseconds matter, for the average user it doesn't. So it would just not make you better. Another good reason to get the Superlight X2 is the battery life. The Logitech mouses have always had the best battery life in the market. Unlike the Viper V3 Pro, that one doesn't even get close to this battery life. For example, that one might last around 50 to 60 hours, whereas this one at 1000 Hz can last up to 100 actual hours of playtime. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good reaction time. I've done it with, again, this mouse, Superlight X2. I can try again. $158, $160, you know, we're there. And I'm also recording just to say, Anyway, yeah, this is the what you can get with the Superlight, which is actually pretty good. You know, some pros are in line with this. Not calling myself a pro, I am average, I think, in general in gaming. So yes, this is the pretty good score that you can get with this mouse.